everybody, we've been in our house for a couple of weeks now and we're getting settled and it's been absolutely nuts with the move and everything going on. So we thought, why don't we share some of the stuff that we've been using? That sounded wrong. Why don't we share some of the apps that we've been using, in particular, the app that we've been using to keep us from going insane.
We're going to talk about Google Keep and specifically a top 5 list that we've been using to give you some examples and also to give you some ideas on how you could use it. The first Google Keep list is what we call what to get. So here we have a list of all things we need to buy. And I brought props. Here we go.
Just to illustrate like what we mean, what to get, what to buy. I mean, we've just moved, so there's a lot of stuff that we need to buy and get and put into our house. Some of it is stuff that we decided not to move. We got rid of. We wanted new stuff. So other things are just things that we've realized, oh, hey, we've moved in, the house is different, we need new types of things. Like
stuff like toilet paper holder or a trash can for the other bathroom.
Yeah, what else is on there?
A pool table.
Yeah, we didn't have any
that before.
for that in our previous
No,
house.
but what I really like about the list is that we divided it up into get right now, up next, and at some point.
Yeah,
so
we kind of split it up so that, you know, the most essential stuff was at the top. The things that we definitely needed just to feel at home. And then, you know, then there's what's up next, basically things that we want, but things that aren't like super urgent to get right away. And then, you know, things that we'll get at some later points in life, in our new house, which, you know, maybe won't be new at that point, but hey.
Yeah, and you can use this list and this idea even if you haven't just moved. Just things you notice, oh, I should get that. Like, oh, it'd be nice to have a clock on this wall, then put it on the list, you know?
And this is a checklist. I think most of the lists that we have are checklists or to-do lists, but obviously we don't only use checklists, but we'll get to that in a little bit. What's the second list?
The next list is house to-dos.
House to-do. So basically our to-do list. All of the stuff that we needed to do around the house that included to begin with was painting, it was putting in a door, it was getting the floors put in. Now it's stuff like, you know, fix the grouts by the bathtub.
And some tax papers and forms like that.
Yeah, like financial stuff. But we kind of split that as well, right? So there's like the stuff that we need to do right away, and then stuff we'll look into later.
Yeah, just because there's so much going on all the time. Also, when you're not moving, there is, especially if you have kids. But it's just like the things that are really urgent to do right now, and then the things that like, I'll just put it this way. Then the things are like, okay, I can deal with this when I can breathe again. So it's like, okay, I'll do this next week or the week after.
What is this?
It's a screwdriver.
That's
the prop for this one.
Okay.
Things to do. Put up a lamp or put up a painting.
You thought of everything.
There you go. But you can use this for the next one as well.
Oh, I will. What's the next one? The next one's the snag list, actually. Yeah, so snags.
I always call it a snack list.
Snack list, yeah, that has nothing to do with anything. The snag list is basically an extension of the to-do list, but it's kind of kept separate. So snags are things that, you know, once you've done the thing and you realize, oh, there's like a tiny thing I need to fix up. So if there's like paint details or putting in like some of the floor panels, I have to put some nails in to fasten them in place. There are things that, again, aren't like super essential, are kind of part of something that we've already done, but things that we're not gonna focus our attention on right off the bat. So I work in construction. This is a tried and true method for making sure that you don't get stuck on stuff that just doesn't matter as much.
Plus, it's so satisfying to check a box. And if you like have something big you want to do, but there's this little detail you haven't finished, then like I can't check the box, you know?
Exactly.
This way you can check the box and just add that little detail to the snag list.
And then we'll go through the snag list once most of the stuff is like checked on the to-do list. At least the you know, stuff that's associated with moving into the house and just getting settled.
And it's also a really good idea if you are not OCD about a lot of things, but someone else is that you live with, then you can be fine with like, yeah, this is over and done with, and then there's a snag list that someone else will feel comfortable then saying, okay, we're done with this because it's on the snag list.
Is that PC?
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are the top 3 of our Google Keep list. The next one is...
Wait, hold on. There is actually more to say about the snag list. The way that we've split up the snag list is room by room.
Oh, yeah.
You might do it like task type by task type, but we really like to go and do things room by room. And so we figure, you know, when we're in the bedroom, want to do all the little snags around the bedroom. There's like the little detail around the plug. There's some paint that's on the ceiling right above the accent wall. You know, stuff like that. We'll go and just finish squaring off the bedroom, and then we'll move on to other parts of the house.
Yeah.
That makes sense to us, but obviously, you know, you can use these lists, and in Google Keep, it's really easy to organize these types of lists in whatever way works for you.
Yeah, plus having a snag list is really good because then you have like one Saturday or you have like an hour or two and you can get a whole lot of stuff knocked off your list because they're just small things, all of them. And you feel really good when you get a lot done.
That is true. If you've liked this video, we're not done.
No, there are 2 more
so
lists.
Far, then give it a like, and if you haven't already, then obviously subscribe and, you know, click the bell so you know when we're posting stuff.
And we just love to have you join us for this ride of the channel.
Ride of a channel?
Yeah, this ride
of a channel
is. I think it makes sense.
What's the next list?
The next Google Keep list is one that we've been using for months and actually years. So it's a shopping list. It's way more normal than all the other lists we've done already.
Is this what that was for?
Yeah, that's the prop for that one.
I totally anticipated that.
It's a shopping bag. Because here we just add all the things that we need to buy for groceries, mostly, or other things around the house, and then we buy those. So that's different from what to get, like a lamp. I wouldn't put that on my grocery list, but I would put carrots.
Carrots. Sorry, I can't leave that. Knowing that you have a carrot here as a prop. We actually did a video where we are talking about Google Keep. We're actually comparing it to Cozy, if you know that. If not, then you should definitely check out the video. But one of the great things that we enjoy about the Google Suite, and in particular the Google Keep shopping list, is that you can integrate it with the Google smart devices, the Google Home. So if you're in the kitchen, you've got a Google like smart speaker, you could just ask Google to add it to, you know, whatever pops up that you need to add to the shopping list, and then it shows up on your phone.
I added diapers today, not because I need those while I was in the kitchen, but you know, they're also something I get at the grocery store.
So we use it a lot. And it works really well, and it's nice to be able to just bring up your shopping list. You don't leave your phone when you go to the store, so you always have the shopping list on your phone.
Exactly.
Which is the wonderful thing about Google Keep. I mean, it's such a nice place to just dump stuff from your brain, so you don't have to be constantly trying to like keep track of everything in your life.
Yeah. I mean, I use it for so many more things than just these 5 lists that we're going to be talking about. Like, I use it for just quick quotes that I find that I really like, or things I have to remember right then and there, and I'm going to erase later. Or even the kids, they like make drawings in there when I need them to be quiet and I'm doing something else, then they can draw in there. It's really neat. It can,
and then you
can
send it to me via text or email or something. So it's, you know, it's a nice little app for just like catching. It's basically the sticky note of your mobile devices.
And all those like quotes and stuff, I keep them to myself. I don't share them with him because I would be like overloading him with all that stuff. But we do have a lot of lists that we share. So the 5 lists that we're talking about, we're both able to write on those, and we can both see them. And those are the 5 lists that I've pinned to the top. So every time I go into the Google Keep app, then they pop up on top.
You might not realize this, but it's a perfect segue into the last list. Because every time I find a nice recipe that I know I'm not gonna cook myself, I'm like, hey, we should check this out. Add it to the list.
Exactly. So the last Google Keep list that we're gonna be talking about
where's the carrot?
Well, it's supposed to come up later. I mean, wait. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Is a recipe list. Now, we've made loads of videos before, actually a few videos before, about recipe lists and like meal planning apps and different things. So I wouldn't recommend Google Keep as a permanent place to keep your recipes. There are way better apps for that, but recently we've been trying to eat a lot more plant-based foods. And we really like that, but that's not something I'm used to cooking. So we've been looking a lot online for new recipes. Yeah, okay, I think I'm supposed to stop saying. We've been looking online a lot lately for new recipes, new types of recipes, and that's a really good place to like capture them. When we find one that looks really good, try them out, see if we want to keep it or not, and then we can erase it or keep it. So that's like a quick go-to for like figuring out, okay, what are we gonna try this week that we haven't tried before?
Yeah, and so this is like sifting through. We put everything in there that we could think of, and then whatever we want to keep, we can then put into the other apps that we might be using, or that's one way that you could use it. Google
and
Keep.
This one is not a checklist. So the other ones have been checklists. This is not a checklist. It's just breakfast, and then we have a bunch, and I have the link in there too, and it comes also with the link goes there, so there are pictures in there too from the website. So it's really great.
Gives you some idea of like visually what you're getting yourself into. For me, what should it look like on the other end of the preparation process? That can help, because then I'll know
what to be excited about.
I failed. No, I'm not. I don't spend. I mean, we do split tasks around the house.
Yeah, but the kitchen is mine. What kind of list do you keep, either in an app or just on paper at home? Let us know.
And have you used Google Keep before? If you haven't, then you should. Or maybe you have some suggestions for other apps that are really good for keeping track of stuff. If so, then let us know, and everybody else in the comments below. Thanks for joining us. We hope you got some really good ideas for how to use Google Keep or other similar note-keeping apps. Now, if you're on the prowl for an app that can help you kind of stay on top of things or make life easier, then we did a video on 5 organizing apps that you should definitely check out. And then we'll see you next week.
Bye.